Hey guys, this is Josh Shoemaker and Dan Keenan again here for the latest Storm product ball review here. This time it's going to be for the Alphacrux, which is the Alphacrux 2026, which everyone's calling. So this is basically almost a direct remake from the original that came out in 2016. They tweaked it a little bit, so it's going to handle the oil in today's game a little bit better. So it has the GI 26 cover stock, which the original had the GI 16. And it's also wrapped in the Catalyst AI core. So the AI, as you guys are very familiar at this point, is going to bump the RG down a little bit, differential up. So it's going to flare a little bit more than the original. The GI 26 cover is a little bit stronger than the GI 16 cover. But the colors on the actual cover are the exact same. All the logos are the exact same, except for the, we'll show you a little bit later. You can hold the ball up, but it just has the Catalyst AI core on it. But everything else looks the exact same compared to the original. So I've had a chance to actually throw this a decent amount. I actually drilled it and took it out with Nationals a couple weeks ago when I left. Used it a lot on the fresh. Super controllable. It reminds me a ton of the original when it first came out. We are on a little bit of a beat up house shot at this point, so we're definitely starting substantially further left than we would normally with this. Feels like an Alphacrux.
All right, we are also pulling on the burn here. So mine's laid out 4.5 by 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. Puts a mass bias in a stronger position, but the pin in a little bit of a weaker position for me. Kind of a new layout. So about 8 months ago, when I made a span change and a grip change, my axis and my tilt and everything changed. So this is to see if we can dial that in. It's strong.
So if anyone's familiar with the Alphacrux when they first came out, they were kind of pretty much one of the slowest balls you'd ever throw. I always joked when I drilled a couple, for myself and a couple for the tournament bowlers at the time, and we always would throw them on the fresh, and we'd say they almost looked like urethane balls because that's how slow they were. So they were fantastic options when you were bowling on some flatter stuff. They weren't going to be your strongest ball out of the bag as far as front to back, but they were going to provide you just a really smooth and controllable option to use, especially when they're flatter. They're a little crispier down lane. You need something to slow down a little bit quicker. And this one's living right up to it so far. So I'm actually just going to stay in the same spot as the last shot. Still staying pretty forward. I got that one up the lane a touch, but you can see it still blended it out and was enough to suck up to the hole.
This might be the first time in history we didn't strike the whole time we were warming up, and we've struck since.
And now you're striking, yeah. Usually it's the other way around.
Trying to get some lane shot on this. So I just threw a few shots before. So this is a very fresh, extremely fresh piece. So my launch angle was in a little bit there, a little steep. So that's where you're going to see the slowness of the ball. So next time I'll let it kind of see the friction and see what it does off the friction. It should slow down and blend it.
So I put my usual standard test layout on this. I did order 2 of them, so I was planning on drilling the second one. So yeah, normal test layout. 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 2. So pretty strong pin, pretty weak mass, and a pretty short valve. So I'll go ahead and jump another 2 and 1 here. Slow it down a little bit. Oh, man. That was 2-1 and try to get that one to the friction a little quick, and you can see it had no problem picking up. They're definitely a little crispy when you get it right fast.
That's what we say, whoops. All right, I'm not going to move my feet. I'm just going to try to look a little bit past the tracer down lane, around 10 there. See if I can get it just around that. Not a ball I'll be using right now.
No, definitely not.
Well, we got to give you an idea.
I'm going to go ahead. I'll move a couple more and try not to get it as right as quick and still keep it fairly slow. Man. Wow. There's no problem getting up when you get it going right, that's for sure. On the summer sharpness right now, I haven't thrown a ball since Nationals 2 weeks ago, so.
All right, I'm going to move just a couple right. See if I can square up just to see what we got here. Oh, that might hook. Definitely responds to friction. I like that. You can definitely see. So for me, I can already kind of see where this will go. It's going to be the flatter patterns like Josh said, more on fresh. Maybe even a first transition on a house pattern where you really just want to use the friction to blend. I could see that being good.
So I'm actually going to bump right back to where I struck before. I'll get one more shot here, and then I'll actually throw the original alpha that I brought right on top of it. Wow. All right. That one was pretty good, and that one's still hooked.
Look like you even threw it harder.
Yeah, I tried to bump back right where I started and struck with the first two, and already chewing up the middle part of the lane. It didn't take very long.
I'll bump a couple left. Where I last struck. See if I can use the friction. Oh, that's too steep. Wow.
Had to make a comment about throwing the first 3 strikes.
I jinxed it.
The next 5 were out the window.
Figuring out the cliff is not my forte.
No, definitely not. All right, I'm going to go back. A little more left here. There we go. I didn't get that one going right as quick, so you can see it blended off of it a little nicer.
All right, now I know. Well, how I didn't know, but now that I know, the cliff is cliffed. There we go. I actually like that.
Actually, I didn't think that looked that bad. Yeah.
Thought it was going to slow.
So I'll go ahead and I'm going to go to the same spot I was in the last shot and throw the original alpha. So I did say the colors are identical. I will say the original alpha, the tealish color is a little bit little bit darker and it's a little more vibrant in the 2026 version, but it is very close. So I got that one going up the lane a little bit, but you can see it definitely lopes a little bit more than the new one, and it's just the fact that the cover on that one now is 10 years old. It's been sitting a while and it's dried out. Whereas the cover on the fresh Alpha is obviously fresh.
I really want to try and strike with this. Let's see. I didn't want to compare another ball until I struck. Now we compare.
So as another comparison ball here too, I brought my Equinox Solid, again same layout, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 2. This one definitely has a little more surface on it, so I would take this first shot probably with a little bit of grain of salt here, but again the same spot as the last two shots. That one saw it a lot earlier and went forward a little bit quicker, which wasn't the best shot, but that's kind of what I expected out of that one. That's what I see out of that Equinox Solid, is it likes to walk up and go forward a little quicker for me, whereas the Alpha is going to be a little bit cleaner and more continuous.
So I'm also going to throw the Equinox Solid. I think it's 253 instead of 254 on the Equinox Solid.
Somewhere in there. I think it's a little touch higher RG,
yeah,
and then a little bit more intermediate, I believe. So it's going to want to lock up and go forward a little faster, at least what I see out of it.
All right, let me go to where I struck with that Alpha. This ball does back end for me, so I'm just curious. I think what Josh said, let's forward just a smidge quicker.
Yeah, I mean, we also have substantially more games on the Equinox Solids than we do on the Alphas. I did say I did drill this and brought the Alpha to Nationals, so I did throw it a decent amount in the fresh there. It was more of I threw it on the fresh, just kind of trying to burn a spot. I threw it in team on the fresh and then went right to a concept, and then same with doubles and singles, trying to burn a spot right. And I ended up going to the concept as well. But when I did throw it in the bowler's journal, a decent amount, I did really like what I saw out of it. So same spot as where the last one struck. So yeah, that one feels like it gets through it a lot easier and a little quicker down lane, whereas Equinox Solid and the older Alpha both kind of lope from that spot. Wouldn't call it quick by any means, but I definitely feel like it's a lot easier to shape it than some of the other bigger balls.
That's all I've done in the last couple of shots. Just moved right, squared up, used the shim. So I like it.
Yeah, you can kind of see the pretty substantial difference in layouts there too, with me going with a little bit stronger of a pin and a little bit weaker of a mass. Mine, when it gets going down lane, it gets going. Whereas Dan, it seems like it stays on line a little bit longer. I think he'll be able to trap it a little bit more. And then, like I said, we both ordered a second one, so I wouldn't be surprised if we flip-flop layouts similar-wise and to get a little bit different of a look. But I like what I see so far. Did you ever drill one when you way back?
Was
were you Brunswick at that point?
I was still Brunswick at that point, so I didn't. But I always liked what I saw out of it. It was
Fortunately, it was a little more short-lived than a lot of people wanted. A lot of tournament bowlers.
Yeah.
It was discontinued far too quickly. But
Yeah. I mean, my thought is with the, the Equinox Solid was probably my go-to ball for most of the tournament season. The fresh and some of the transitions. I actually like to use bigger balls. Believe it or not, when they get like this, it's just a matter of getting the right big ball in my hand because I like to use the friction and kind of blend off of it. So I can actually see the Alpha probably basically taking over that Equinox Solid spot. I don't think I'll need both in the bag, but you never know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm actually going to throw one more here from a little further left, see if I can shape it a little bit more. But what I really liked about the original Alpha was that I felt like I could trap it if I needed to, and I could also open up the lane with it. It was one of the few unique, bigger, slower balls that created a lot of friction that I felt like I could kind of do whatever I wanted with. And this, for me, feels very, very similar to what I remember from 10 years ago. So this is a 5 and 3 left. A little greedy there, but at least I got 9. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys like what you see. I know this will definitely be a staple in the tournament bag going forward. Make sure you head into your local Storm VIP Pro Shop and draw up your own today.